Joseph Allamano was born in Castelnuovo Don Bosco on 21st January 1851. He was the fourth born of a simple peasant family that was a profound Christian family. It is from here that Allamano drew a strong faith that would sustain and guide him in all his life. Her mother, Mariana, was a sister to St. Joseph Cafasso, a wise, courageous, and hardworking woman. The death of her husband made life so difficult, since in 1 month's time she would give birth to a son, Ottavio, while the eldest had 12 years and the little Joseph had not yet completed 3 years. Joseph Allamano lived in Valdoco, where he studied under the guidance of Father Don Bosco, his village mate. After some time, he decided to join the seminary. His elder brothers advised him to study before joining the seminary, but Joseph felt that the Lord was calling him at that moment and he could not wait. In the seminary at Turin, despite his weak health, he passionately committed himself to studies, prayers, and grew in him the love for the Eucharist, devotion to Our Lady, the passion for the Church, and the salvation of souls. He was ordained a priest in 1873, and thereafter the Mass became the sun of the day for all his life. After assisting at the seminary for 3 years, the Bishop Monsignor Gastaldi appointed him the spiritual director of the seminary. He was only 25 years old. The obedience to the decisions of his superiors and his special interior disposition accompanied him always, even when in 1880 the Archbishop appointed him the rector of the Consolata shrine, where he would stay for 46 years, mostly with Canon Camisasa, his inseparable collaborator and friend. The shrine, thanks to the hard work of the 2 priests, becomes a place of an active Marian spirituality. They worked to restore, improve, and beautify the shrine as we see it today. Besides the work at the shrine, Allamano was also responsible for the ecclesiastical convent for formation of young priests, the center of formation that he directed with great wisdom and foresight. He introduced sociological lessons and the Catholic action. Attentive to the society that was in profound changes within Turin and undergoing industrial revolution and emerging new cultural movements, Canon Allamano supported initiatives for the good of the working class, especially women. His efforts yielded to what became a Catholic press. Joseph Allamano does not limit his vision at the city of Turin. In his inner spiritual experience, he strongly feels the desire to contribute to the spread of the good news to the non-Christians. He couldn't become a missionary himself due to his weak health, and in the era of strong missionary awareness, he proposed the foundation of an institute of priests dedicated to the missions. The first attempt failed. After his miraculous healing in 1900 and sustained by his Archbishop Cardinal Richelme on 29 January 1901, anniversary of his healing, attributed to Our Lady, he founded the Consolata Missionary Institute of priests and brothers. The missionary dream of Allamano was Ethiopia, land of evangelization of Brother Guglielmo Masaya, a Capuchin friar in whom he was inspired. However, the first missionaries landed in Kenya among the Kikuyus. The first 4 missionaries departed for Kenya in 1902. Canon Allamano accompanied them closely, reading the diaries that they were writing concerning the missions. Immediately, there was a need for a feminine presence for adequate evangelization. In the first years, there were Kotolengo sisters who cooperated in missionary work in Kenya, but all along there was a need to have a feminine missionary foundation. The Institute of the Consolata Missionary Sisters began on 29th January. The first group of the consecrated departed for Kenya in 1913, where they gradually assumed the work of the Kotolengo sisters, who returned back progressively to Italy. In the same years, Joseph Allamano worked hard in the process of beatification of his uncle, Father Joseph Kafaso. He had the joy to see him beatified in 1925. Canon Joseph Allamano died on 16 February 1926 after he had consumed all his energy for the mission and affirms in truth, "I gave you all." His remains are in the Mother House Church of the Consolata Missionaries in Turin. Besides his remains lies that of Canon Kamisasa, his inseparable collaborator in the direction of the 2 missionary institutes.